Mark Alyn. This is Late Night Health along with the insane Daryl Wayne. And we're about to start a series about 6 weeks, maybe longer, we'll see, with Dr. Theresa Dale. She is a certified clinical nutritionist, a traditional naturopath, and a biological medical consultant. And we're going to be talking about all kinds of things. As I talked about earlier in the show, we're going to start by talking about homeopathy and what it can do for people, say, over 40, maybe 45, who are going through the transition, both men and women, and talk about homeopathy instead of hormone replacement therapy. Dr. Dale, it is so good to see you, and especially in studio.
Oh, thank you so much. It's wonderful to be here. I really admire all the work that you do with the show and all the wonderful value that you bring to your listeners.
Well, and you are one of those values.
Oh, thank you.
Let's talk about homeopathy to start with. My knowledge of homeopathy, I've been to homeopathists. I've talked about it on the show for the last 4.5 years. Homeopathy is actually registered with the FDA, Federal Drug Administration. There is, I don't know if it's called the PDR, Physician's Desk Reference for Homeopathy, but they do have something like that.
It's the Homeopathic Pharmacopoeia.
Okay, got it.
It means basically the same, similar thing.
Right. So if there's a disorder, skin ailment, you can look up skin in the book.
And you could see all of the medications, the homeopathic medications, and what they do. And also, if you don't mind, for me to just, while I have this on my mind, is anyone can go buy a homeopathic Materia Medica. It's a homeopathic medical book that is really a lot of fun to look at, because you see all of if you have any strange emotional things or strange behavioral patterns, you can look it up according to emotions in the mind.
Does it have radio?
That's one of the more serious ones.
I know.
Actually.
I know. It's and you can't get rid of it. Do you want
Well,
to get
it's there for life once you have it. That's for sure.
It's a blood disease, I think.
Right.
Daryl, would you agree?
I've been trying to shake it for about 45 years.
Well, I can see we're going to have a lot of fun here in the studio.
Oh, we are indeed.
Absolutely. And we want to bring people into that so they really get that they can look up their own symptoms in a Materia Medica, a homeopathic Materia Medica, that you can actually find the database. You can find it online.
Wow.
Right? You can find a lot of things at my website, but if you want to go issue by issue or anything emotional or mental or little quirks you think you have, then you can go to homeoint.org, homeoint.org, and for free, go to any of the many doctors for the last 200 years that have created the research behind the remedies. So, for example, if you're looking up something like belladonna, which if you ate it can cause you to death, right?
Right.
That also has a propensity to immediately help right side ear infections, also fever. There's so many things that belladonna is good for in a homeopathic form.
Not left ear?
Not left ear. Left ear is another.
Really?
Isn't that funny? Yes.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. If you get the homeopathic Materia Medica, you can buy one, or you can go to homeoint.org and for free look up your symptoms.
I'm curious about something, and that is homeopathic medicine has been around codified for about 200 years. Codified meaning organized.
Well, researched, organized, used successfully by millions of doctors and millions of patients and just people who are interested in healing
around the
world. And there's something that most people don't know, and that is I love India. I've been to India. See, part of my training was in India. And I learned that there are 115 homeopathic hospitals in India. Only homeopathy. These people really know what they're doing. They don't use medications. That's why they live so long, is they use homeopathy. And in other countries like England, they have 2 homeopathic hospitals. Germany, it's integrated into all hospitals, as well as in France and Switzerland.
Well, I know that a lot of other countries do alternative or homeopathic treatments before they start with Western medicine, because it does work. A lot of people in this country don't understand it or don't know it, including doctors, including the FDA. And I said that, Dr. Dale did not. I'm curious, what kinds of ailments can be successfully treated by homeopathy?
Well, there's so many of them, Mark. There really are. And for example, I just want to make it very clear that in my 9 years of studying in Germany, that none of the doctors used allopathic traditional drugs. None of them. The ones that I studied with big clinics, they only used herbs, homeopathic medicine, and things from the earth. And so that is why we have 200 years of homeopathy. Homeopathy is used to balance hormones. Homeopathic hormone rejuvenation is one of the things I've been researching for many, many years, and actually have a medical abstract on it and how I proved that it worked. So we can go into that a little bit later, but to answer your question, you can balance hormones. It's safe. Nothing bad can happen. You can't get cancer from it. It's not going to elevate your estrogens. It's not going to exhaust you. You're not going to need to go back to the doctor and change dosages. What's going to happen is you use it for a while, and then you don't need it for a while. And it's only when you're under more stress.
We were talking about that
yes,
earlier.
That was so brilliant. And it's only when you're under more stress that women tend to start getting hot flashes again. And then you just start it again on your own.
And most of the homeopathic remedies are not only are they safe, but they're less expensive than some of the drugs.
They're less expensive. You use them for a limited amount of time. No one's going to keep you on them for a long time, so you can only imagine how much money you'd save. And there's no side effects, and that means you're not going to be sent to the hospital with some interaction of a drug. I mean, let's face it, today in our world, we don't see on TV, we don't see advertisements for homeopathy or natural medicine. Once in a while, you may see one once, and then you never see it again.
And part of the reason is that it's the expense of the TV advertising compared to the price of what a bottle of something might cost compared to the cost of a big pharma drug. I mean, it's just the way it is. And as I've said on the show, and you heard me earlier, I think there are places for big pharma. But for the most part, I personally don't want that because of the side effects. Our guest is Dr. Theresa Dale. She's a traditional naturopath. She is a biological medical consultant and a certified clinical nutritionist. We're starting a series with Dr. Dale, and we're really looking forward to it as we discuss life, liberty, and the pursuit of health here on Late Night Health. Thank you for laughing, Daryl.
Were you proud of that?
I was.
I think you were proud of that.
I was proud of that one.
I loved it.
He was glowing when he said
yes,
that. Yeah.
It came from source. Dr. Dale, can men also benefit from homeopathic treatment for testosterone replacement?
Absolutely. And I think men are really faced with a huge challenge because their doctor, generally the medical doctors, are not aware of homeopathy, and that A, it's cheaper, B, it works, and it can work 24 to 48 hours. We've given a person a homeopathic remedy, a man, for testosterone.
That's to increase testosterone
It's to
levels.
increase testosterone levels normally and naturally by encouraging your adrenal glands to make the right amounts of hormones, as well as the entire endocrine system. So the reason that doctors they're just not trained. It's not that they don't want to learn about it. It's that they're not trained. And also they are encouraged, let's put it that way, by the American Medical Association and the boards, like the board in California or the medical board in some other state, that they have to give so many medications and drugs out. And I have a friend who's a medical doctor. I actually, he's a good friend. And
Would you go to him?
No. But he showed me his iPhone that the drug companies bought him so that when they can count and register the prescriptions that he puts in right on his iPhone. So, I really wonder about what this is coming to in our United States when someone can't go to a regular MD and get what they want like they can in Europe.
Well, one of the reasons, I think, is that they don't have the training. Most doctors, even today, get less than, 40 hours, less than 1 week's worth of nutrition training. We both believe, and I'm going to say this, that food is medicine. Mm-hmm. And it's, you are what you eat is even more important now in 2016-17 than it was when it was first developed in, the 80s or the 70s.
And all the GMOs today, that's the other issue with food, with genetically modified organisms. Now, I have formulated 150 different remedies. 100 of those are homeopathic formulas that are FDA researched for the general public, and then we have some that are for health providers only. But I really want to say that every person who is listening can help themselves, heal themselves, learn more about it. It's very easy if you have a homeopathic materia medica, or if you go to our website and you check out what we have available.
And we're going to give that website out right now. It's wellnesscenter.net, wellnesscenter.net. Not only does Dr. Dale have a very robust and information-packed website, she actually does consultations, I guess, via Skype or over the phone.
Right.
She's a Mac user like me, so it's really easy.
Folks.
Okay. We're going to take some time out. When we come back, we'll continue our conversation, and we may even see if you can hang out for a little bit. We'll see. I'm Mark Alyn. This is Late Night Health, along with the insane Daryl Wayne. We wish you all a very happy holiday season and a very healthy and happy new year. Join us at latenighthealth.com, where, by the way, you will see a very pretty picture of Dr. Theresa Dale. Don't go away. More coming up as Late Night Health moves on.
The experts at Web.com want to build your business a successful website for free, just like we did for these current Web.com customers.
We've looked at other website designers. There's nobody better than Web.com.
Web.com can build your website in as little as 7 days free. Plus, we'll promote it on all the major search engines. If after 30 days you're happy, we'll continue to provide promotion, hosting, support, and maintenance, all for one low monthly fee. If not, cancel and pay nothing.
If you're in business and you don't have a web presence, you won't be taken seriously.
Call right now and you'll also get a free .com or .net domain name for your new website, powered by VeriSign, the world's leading domain name provider.
No upfront charge for site build, after which ongoing fees apply. Rights to site are relinquished when canceled. Domain included during active service, after which fees apply.
800-489-8751. 800-489-8751. 800-489-8751. That's 800-489-8751. Attention users of the blood-thinning drug Xarelto. If you took the drug Xarelto and experienced complications such as cerebral hemorrhage, gastrointestinal bleeding or other internal bleeding, or if a loved one has died after taking Xarelto, you may be eligible to get a cash award for your suffering. Call the Xarelto Help Hotline now at 1-800-264-3150. That's 800-264-3150. To qualify for a cash settlement, you must file a claim before the deadline, so don't miss your opportunity for a cash settlement. Call 800-264-3150 now for a free, no-obligation consultation. Our call center is open 24/7. So if you took the drug Xarelto and experienced cerebral hemorrhage, gastrointestinal bleeding, or other internal bleeding, or if a loved one has died after taking Xarelto, call the Xarelto Help Hotline now at 800-264-3150. 800-264-3150. That's 800-264-3150.